Today we are going to see the topic about the veins of the lower limb. In the veins of the lower limb, we will cover in two parts. In the first part, we will cover the superficial veins and the deep veins. In the superficial veins, there is a great or long saphenous vein. Second is small saphenous vein. In the deep veins, there are so many veins: medial plantar vein, lateral plantar vein, dorsalis pedis vein, anterior and posterior tibial vein, popliteal vein, and the femoral vein. Perforating veins, okay, we will see in detail, and the applied anatomy in the second part of this lecture. Okay, so here you can see this is the lower limb and this is the vein. This is a superficial vein, that is a great saphenous vein, and second is a small saphenous vein. Start with the superficial veins of lower limb. We will discuss superficial veins. First, great or the long saphenous vein, and second is the small or short saphenous vein. Here, this is the great saphenous vein. This is the short saphenous vein. What are the clinical features? So these superficial veins lie in the superficial fascia. So this is the superficial fascia of the thigh. Okay, this fat is the most important feature of the superficial fascia. This is the great saphenous vein. Okay, you can see clearly, which drain into the femoral vein. The veins, that is great saphenous vein, they are the thick wall, or the small saphenous vein, they are the thick wall because of the presence of the smooth muscle. Okay, we know tunica media, okay, muscle, that is a smooth muscle, and the fibrous and the elastic tissue. Distal part, then the proximal part. There are around 50 to 20 valves present in long saphenous vein. 8 to 10 valves present in the short saphenous vein. The superficial veins, large proportion of their blood drain into deep vein. Okay, so here this is the deep vein and this is the superficial vein. So the blood from the superficial vein and into the deep vein goes through the perforating vein. Now comes to the great or long saphenous vein. Here you can see this is a great saphenous vein. Okay, this is a great saphenous vein. It starts from the dorsum of the foot. Okay, dorsal venous arch. Okay, here you can see this is a great saphenous vein. You can see clearly this is a great saphenous vein. We will discuss formation, course, tributaries, and the perforators along the vein. This will be discussed when we will see the perforating veins. Okay, so here this is a great saphenous vein. In the dissection, this is a dissection figure. You can see this is a great saphenous vein. Also, this is a great saphenous vein, drain into the femoral vein. Saphes means easily seen. Okay, so long saphenous vein, the vein that is easily seen, that is called saphenous vein. Okay, it is long, that's why it is called the great or the long saphenous vein. Okay, here you can see this is a great saphenous vein. You can see clearly this is a saphenous vein. Okay, so here this is a dorsal venous arch, this is the medial end of the dorsal venous arch, and this is the lateral end of the dorsal venous arch. Okay, so from the medial end of the dorsal venous arch, this is the great saphenous vein which drain into the femoral vein. Okay, so here this is a great saphenous vein drain into the femoral vein. We talk about the formation, how the long saphenous vein will form. It will be formed by the medial marginal vein and the medial end of the dorsal venous arch. Okay, so how the great saphenous vein is formed? It is formed by the medial end of the dorsal venous arch and the medial marginal vein. This is the medial marginal vein. If we talk about the course of the long saphenous vein, so we discuss the long saphenous vein is formed by the medial end of the dorsal venous arch and the medial marginal vein. It goes upward in front of medial malleolus, runs along the medial border of the tibia, it goes back of the knee, and then it comes forward, inclines forward to reach the saphenous opening. So before piercing, okay, the cribriform fascia, it receives 3 superficial vein and then it joins the femoral vein. So this is the whole course of the long saphenous vein. Okay, so here you can see this is the great saphenous vein, this is the dorsal venous arch, this is the medial marginal vein. It goes upward and before piercing into the cribriform fascia, it receives superficial external pudendal vein, superficial epigastric vein and superficial circumflex iliac vein. What are the tributaries of the long saphenous vein? Okay, so here this is a great saphenous vein. Okay, along the course there are the several veins which drain into the great saphenous vein. So here if you see there are the so many veins. Which are the veins? So here this is the posterior arch vein that drain into the great saphenous vein. Okay, anterior vein of the leg, veins from the calf. Okay, there are the so many veins. Anterior cutaneous vein of the thigh, and in the accessory saphenous vein that also drain into the great saphenous vein. And before piercing into the cribriform fascia, it receives superficial external pudendal vein, superficial epigastric vein and superficial circumflex vein. Okay, so these are all the tributaries. Okay, you can draw this figure in your exam. Okay, so here if we have discussed in thorax also, this is superior vena cava and this is azygous vein. This is a blockage. So here this block is below the opening of azygous vein. Then what happens? Superior vena cava block, then blood flows through the brachiocephalic vein. Okay, it goes above, then axillary vein, then lateral thoracic vein, then thoracoepigastric vein. Through thoracoepigastric vein, blood goes to the superficial epigastric vein. Now this is superficial epigastric vein that we have discussed. Okay, once again this superficial epigastric vein is here that open into the great saphenous vein. Okay, so thoracoepigastric vein open into the superficial epigastric vein, then great saphenous vein, femoral vein, inferior vena cava and the heart. Okay, so here this lateral thoracic vein. Okay, this is the lateral thoracic vein. This is lateral thoracic vein. Axillary vein, the blood from the axillary vein goes to the lateral thoracic vein, and from the lateral thoracic vein it goes to the thoracoepigastric vein, and through thoracoepigastric vein blood goes to the superficial epigastric vein and to the great saphenous vein, to the femoral vein and the inferior vena cava, and lastly the heart. Okay, so this is about the how the blood flows, and it is a connection between the how lower limb veins with the upper limb veins. Now we will see the small or short saphenous vein. We will see formation and the course. Okay, here you can see this is the short saphenous vein. As it is short, that's why it is called short saphenous vein. Saphenous, okay, saphes means easily seen. Okay, this is a dorsal venous arch. This is a lateral end of the dorsal venous arch. Okay, and lateral marginal vein. Okay, these two going to form the short saphenous vein. Okay, it goes behind the lateral malleolus, and this is the short saphenous vein. Okay, so it goes behind the lateral malleolus, okay, back of the leg. Okay, passes through the deep fascia and joins the popliteal vein, and then popliteal vein goes to the femoral vein. Okay, here this is a small saphenous vein. It penetrates the deep fascia and then it joins to the popliteal vein. Okay, this is the same figure. Now the last portion, that is the deep veins of the lower limb. Okay, there are the several deep veins of lower limb. Okay, medial plantar vein, lateral plantar vein, dorsalis pedis vein, anterior and posterior tibial vein, popliteal vein and the femoral vein. Here you can see this is a deep vein. So what happened through the superficial vein? Venous blood goes to the deep vein through the perforators. Okay, so it follows the arteries, and valves are more numerous in deep vein. There are so many valves are present in the deep vein than in the superficial vein. Okay, this topic, perforating veins of lower limb, we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.